Hi guys, and welcome back to another flow. Today's flow is going to be a power, strength-filled Vinyasa flow. It's going to be a shorter flow. That is the goal. So we're going to get right on into the practice. If you need extra time to ground before we dive in, please feel free to pause the video, take a little moment in child's pose or shavasana, take some breath and dive in. And we're having a big focus today on side body strength and length. So welcome. I'm so honored to flow with you, and let's get into some movement. Hi guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started in a quick child's pose. Big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. We're gonna sink the hips back down to the heels, slide those arms out long, melt the forehead down, and we dive into practice. So let's take a big breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth, let it go. Allow that breath to really be that tool that we use to drop ourselves into our bodies, to let anything go that happened before this practice, anything that's yet to come, go for the time we're on our mats, and allow ourselves this time, create this intentional space for ourselves to be with the body and create that presence. 2 more breaths just like so before we get into movement. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth, let it go. Maybe even sinking back in the hips a little bit more here. Last and deepest breath we've taken all day as we inhale. Sip a little bit more. And exhale out the mouth, let it go. Really, really wring those lungs out. Starting to open up the side body here that we are really going to zone in on in our practice. Walking those hands over to the right side, placing left palm on top of right, pressing down through left hip, creating even more opening down the left side of the body here. From fingertip to hip, we inhale and exhale, let it go. Inhale, walking those hands back through center, and exhale, we meet over towards the left side, placing right palm on top of left, pressing down through right hip to get even more length here through the right side of the body. We breathe in and we breathe out. Letting this breath really feel good in the body. Maybe it's the first time that you've really focused on your breath all day. Inhale here, and exhale, we walk those hands back through center. Take an extra cycle of breath here in, and exhale. We're gonna allow those hands to slide out long. Allow the heart to pull down towards the mat here before the forehead meets. That's okay if the chest doesn't quite make it there. If it does, then go ahead and allow the chin to drop to the mat as well. The big toes are still relatively together. That's okay if there's a space between the toes. The hips are lifted, and we take a big breath here. Nice expansion in our extended puppy. Down the front body, the lats, the shoulders, really starting to crack the body open here. Inhaling and exhaling, slowly letting those palms sink back down towards the body, the hips to the heels, and we're gonna come up to a seated position here. A little bit of cat-cow action, a cat-cow-esque movement as we drop the palms to the thighs here. As we inhale, we pull the chest forward, let the head drop. And if this is too much to let the head drop and open up the throat, feel free to just keep a neutral neck and get this expansion through the front body. And then exhale, we tuck the chin into the chest, pressing the shoulder blades towards the back of your space, and get that expansion down the back body. 2 more just like so. Inhale, chest lifts, we arch. And exhale, we round in. Inhale, chest lifts, we arch. And exhale, we round in. From here, coming back to a neutral spine, sitting upright, we're gonna drop the left palm behind the left shoulder, underneath the left shoulder. And as we take a breath here, inhale, we pull the hips forward, heart lifts, fingertips, right fingertips pointing towards the back of your mat, shifting the gaze towards those right fingertips. And then exhale, we drop the hips back down to the heels and we swap it out through opposite side. Inhale, left arm lifts, pull those hips forward. And then exhale, we drop it back down, making half moons with the flow of the arms and upper body. Inhale as we pull high, exhale back through center, taking another flow or so, one side, one side, left, in your own breath timing. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, and let it go. From here, slowly inching our way onto all fours, wrists stacked under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck those toes, flat back, neutral spine. Deeper cat-cows here. As we inhale, chest lifts, we arch the spine. And exhale, press out through the shoulders, we round it out. Inhale, chest lifts, arch. And exhale, press out through the shoulders, round. Inhale, chest lifts, arch. And exhale, press out through the shoulders, round out through the back body. From here, we're keeping the toes tucked. We're sinking the hips back down to the heels, a tucked toes, more narrowed stance, child's knees about hip distance apart. Take a step out with those palms, melt the forehead down once again, and we take a breath here, coming to some spinal rolls. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're snaking the spine bone by bone over to that tabletop-esque position, shoulder stack over wrist, and then exhale, arch the spine, sink the hips back down towards the heels. Two more just like so. Inhale, re-round out. And exhale, we arch back. Inhale, we round out. And exhale, as we arch back, we're gonna take 3 movements to the side body of the right side. So from here, we're gonna keep the toes tucked. We're gonna press out through the right rib cage as we open up the right side body, allowing our way all the way to stack right wrist over right shoulder first, and then left shoulder over left wrist, and then we open up through left side body, sinking the hips back down to the heels. So we're almost taking these little circles through the side body and rolling out the wrists here as well. So taking a few, I say 3 or 4 or so, moving towards the right side and then moving towards the left. Lubricating the joints here, opening up the space of the lungs, rolling out that digestive tract. Landing in a neutral spine, we tuck the toes, we press back, first down dog of the practice here. And as we arrive here, we're gonna go straight into some pedals and some movement here. We inhale, one knee comes in. Exhale, opposite knee comes in. Taking a few pedals in your own breath timing. Eventually landing in some stillness here, knitting the rib cage up and in, pulling the belly button into the spine, let the head hang heavy. Really firming the shoulders on the back body, pressing out through the wrists here, pulling the shoulders away from the head and neck. We inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming up onto the toes, lifting the heels up off the mat, and then exhaling, dropping those heels back down. Inhale, rising, and exhale, lower heels one more time here. Inhale, coming up into the balls of the feet, and then exhale, dropping those heels back down. A little bit more expansion through that back body. As we take our next inhale, we sweep the right leg high, square the hips, point the toe, and then exhale, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Take an extra cycle of breath here, inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna re-extend that right leg, square the hips off once again. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, kick it back, full extension. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, kick it back, full extension. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Coming right into that right side flow for our practice. We're gonna kick onto the knife edge, outer edge of that right foot, swivel onto the inner edge of the left. We're gonna sweep those left fingertips towards the ceiling here. fallen triangle, very familiar pose from our last flow. Inhale here. And we exhale, we're gonna let those left fingertips drop towards the back of the mat, palm facing up. Right wrist stacked over right shoulder, we let the hips drop. From here, we are gonna come into a wider stance straddle, inching our way toward the back left corner of the mat. So we inhale here, create the space for the body, and then exhale, inch upper body towards the floor here. Pull those toes back towards you. Have a slight external rotation of the toes. So we're getting this nice stretch to the inner thigh space. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, keeping that length through the spine, we inch chest towards the mat here. It doesn't have to meet the mat whatsoever, but that is just where it is leading towards. Inhale here. And exhale, one last breath. Inhale, slowly rising all the way up through the seated position. We drop the left palm underneath the left shoulder here. We point the toes. We sweep the right fingertips. So warming up that similar movement that we did not so long ago at the back of our mat. We reach the right fingertips towards the front of the mat as we pull those hips high. I'm just creating a little bit more space on my mat here. As we pull those hips high, left wrist stacking under left shoulder, we drop it down. We take a few more side to side. So right wrist stacks under the right shoulder. We pull high. Exhale through center. Inhale, pull hips high. And exhale. Last side here. Inhale, left fingertips sweep towards the front of the mat. And exhale, I'm just gonna adjust on my mat so I'm in frame. We're gonna stack left wrist underneath the left shoulder, kicking it back to a high plank. And then from here, we take a breath in. And exhale, we pull the hips back. Downward facing dog. Same thing opposite side here. We sweep the left leg high, keep the hips square to begin. And then exhale, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Take a breath here, inhale. And exhale, we re-extend. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, kick it back, extension. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Last time here. Inhale, kick it back, extension. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. We kick towards the knife edge, outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right. We sweep the right fingertips towards the ceiling. Take a breath here, pressing up out of the hips here. Exhale, right fingertips reach towards the back of the mat, palm facing up. We drop hips down, left shoulder stacked over left wrist. And we are in this narrow stance straddle facing the back right corner of the mat. Pull those toes back towards you, slight external rotation through the thighs here. Inhale, create that space for the body. And exhale, we are inching chest towards the mat here. 3 cycles of breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Last cycle of breath here before we flow. Inhale and exhale, slowly inching that upper body up to seated. This time we plant the right palm underneath the right shoulder, point the toes. Might have to just create a little bit more space on my mat here. We're gonna pull the hips high, sweeping left fingertips generally towards the front of the mat. Exhale, we drop down. Inhale, we kick high hips. And exhale, we drop. Last time here, dropping right palm down, we sweep the left fingertips high. And then this time we drop the hips down. Inhale here. Exhale, we drop the right palm down. We kick it back to our high plank. And then we press it back downward facing a dog. Inhale here. And exhale, we let it go. We're gonna go ahead and invite our main flow series into the body. We have a right side, we have a left side, and for the sake of a quick flow, we're gonna wind things down after that. So as we inhale, we're gonna sweep the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, kick it back, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. This time we step the right foot all the way through towards the front of the mat. We sweep the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Upper body stays parallel to that front thigh, up on the ball of that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, high crescent. Inhale here, just about 1 or 2 breaths per movement. Exhale, warrior two. We open, left toes pointing towards the right corner, left corner, holy moly, of the mat here. Relax the shoulders, front knee stacks over front ankle. Inhale, exhale, reverse that warrior. Inhale here, we open warrior two. Exhale, biceps by the ears, palms facing each other. Inhale, closing off the angle from that right side body and that right thigh. Exhale, we drop the left palm to the inner edge of the right foot, sweeping the right fingertips towards the ceiling here. Inhale. And exhale, we're gonna drop those right fingertips down, grounding through the right foot. We're gonna kick up and up out of the ball of the left foot, open up the front body towards the left side of the mat here, stacking left hip on top of right. We breathe in, half moon. Exhale, left fingertips drop, right fingertips open, square off the hips, keep the back toe, the left toes flexed. Inhale here, reverse that half moon. Exhale, slow and controlled. We're taking a step back on the ball of the left foot. We're reaching the right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Revolved, reversed, warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, we drop the left fingertips down, right fingertips towards the back of the mat, getting that nice link down left side body here. Inhale, we can always shift the gaze towards those left fingertips or just towards one fixed point on the right side of your space, your drishti point. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna go ahead and drop the left palm to the inner edge of that right foot, keeping the right fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling, or you can always drop for some extra support. Slow and controlled, we're gonna swivel onto the knife edge of the left foot, kicking that right leg all the way back on the ball of the right foot. Wild thing, we arrive. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, we're gonna come to plant that right foot on top of the left here, side plank. Inhale, exhale. As we take an extra breath here, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna step those right toes pointing towards the right side of the mat. We're gonna cactus out the arm, drop the hips towards the floor, and we're gonna shift the gaze towards the back of your mat, horizon lunge. Nice length being created through left side body, as well as all the muscles connected to the external rotators of the hip and that right glute here. Inhale. Exhale, we're gonna come on up. Point those right toes towards the front of the mat, framing out the right foot. Kick it back, high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an extra breath here, reground into this pose and into this shape. And exhale, we let go. From here, we sweep the left leg high. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. We step that left foot all the way through, reaching those fingertips towards the front of your mat. Crescent lunge. Upper body chest parallel to that front thigh. And then with the exhale, we rise up, high crescent. Inhale here. Exhale, we spin that back heel flat, open up, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Right arm slides down the right leg, left fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat. Nice expansion down left side body. Inhale. And exhale, we reopen. Warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep the biceps by the ears, palms facing each other. Exhale, we close that angle off from the left thigh and the left side body. Warrior two, a little bit of an arm balance here. Exhale, we drop the right palm to the inner edge of the left foot. We reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling here. Take a breath, easy twist, inhale. Exhale, we drop it to the left fingertips, drop to the mat on the outer edge of that left foot. We power up and through that left foot and power off the ball of the right foot. We open half moon. Take a breath here, inhale. Right hip stacks on top of left. Exhale, we drop the right fingertips to the mat. Close off the angle of the hips, square to the floor, keeping flex through that right foot. We reach the left fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, nice and slow and controlled. We land on the ball, bending through that left knee, landing on the ball of the right foot. Left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Revolved, reverse. We breathe in. As we exhale, we drop the left fingertips down the back of the left thigh. Find that balance. We reach right fingertips towards the back of the mat. Here, nice expansion down right side body. Keeping the gaze at that drishti point on the left side of your space or towards those right fingertips. Inhale. As we exhale, we unravel, we plant the right palm down on the inner edge of that left foot. Left fingertips sweep towards the ceiling here. Nice and slow and controlled, keeping those left fingertips reaching towards the ceiling, or you can drop to the mat for a little more support with transition. Inhale. Exhale, grounding down through that right palm. We swivel onto outer edge of right foot. And we step that left foot all the way in back of us on the ball of the left foot. Hello, wild thing. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot stacks on top of right here. Side plank, we take an extra breath in. As we exhale, we hold. Inhale here. Exhale, we step that left foot forward towards, reaching those left toes toward the left side of your mat. We cactus out the arm. We let the hips drop down towards the floor. Nice length being created through right side body and through that left glute. Inhale here. Exhale, we power up and over. The left toes are pointing towards the front of your mat. Again, we drop the left palm down. We kick it back, high plank, and then we exhale. We are back, downward facing dog here. Inhale and exhale. From here, we are going to drop right back down to a child's pose. Dropping to the knees, big toes together, knees wide. Sinking the hips back down to the heels. And for sake of time, this is gonna be the last shape we meet together in for today. But if there's anything that the body is craving right now, maybe it's a spinal twist, a happy baby, shoulder opener, another hip opener of choice, perhaps a pigeon. Feel free to take any shape that the body needs. But for us, for today, we are going to end together in this wide leg child's for this short and sweet, and always, per usual, these last few classes have been very sweaty. You guys have been amazing. So just take some time, re-enter the body through the breath. Focus on all parts of your body connected to the inhale. Feel the lungs expand in all directions. And the exhale, feel those lungs retract. Doing a quick body scan. Are we holding tension in any spaces in the body? If so, can we send the breath to those spaces? Can we relax into those spaces a bit more? Tuning into your mind and heart space. Is there anywhere that we can give ourselves a little bit more grace in our life right now? Is there anywhere that we can create a little bit more space for ourselves right now in our life? A little bit more ease, a little bit more freedom. Few more cycles of breath here. Quick, sweet, short, sweaty flow, focusing on the strength and length of our side bodies, from our fallen triangles to our side planks to our half moons and warrior two variations and all things in between. You guys are absolute rock stars. Feel free to spend some extra time here, pause the video. I encourage time of stillness and grounding before you re-enter your day if you have the time and the space and the capacity. But for today, and again, the sake of our short and sweet flow, I'm going to land with one final breath as we seal our practice of the day. Big inhale through the nose together. And exhale out the mouth. Release, cleanse. I so honor you for being here with me today and practicing with me. Palms together. Namaste.